What's going on, YouTube? My name is Skilled87, and in today's video, I got some really good news for you guys. So, my previous video, I made it very clear that I have this love-hate relationship with Metal Gear Online 3. I love the game because I'm glad simply to be playing Metal Gear Online again. I'm glad to be back in the world of Metal Gear, and Metal Gear Online, like I made it very clear in my previous video, is very important to me. And like a lot of fans, very upset at the mainstreaming of my beloved franchise. But I'm willing to accept change as long as change is good. I've made that clear over the years. And trust and believe, the game is fun. The game is not bad. It's fun. It just needs a lot of polish. So a lot of players like myself have been voicing their rage or anger and bitching on the forums and the Facebook pages, the Twitter, to our useless community manager. Excuse me, got stuffy nose. And to my surprise, come home last night from work, and I noticed my Twitter is booming, okay? And I checked my Twitter, and it's the official Metal Gear Online Twitter by our beloved fucking community manager Peeler, aka Fuckface. And he is actually posting post after post after post, voicing that they hear us, they're listening. They're actually going to the fan forums and listening to the complaints, reading everything. They're going out of their way to change the game based on the complaints they've received, and they actually released patch notes for the upcoming patch in early November. Okay, there isn't a specific date for said patch, but from my experience playing games over the years, when you announce a patch and you don't give it a date, it's usually less than a month away. So I'm assuming, due to the amount of games coming out in November, it would be possibly within the next 10 to 15 days we receive this patch. This patch is Metal Gear Online 3 version 1.01, and to my surprise, everything being adjusted is practically everything people have been complaining about. The game is about to change with this patch. The way the game is played, the way you approach Infiltrator, the balance, the fairness, and this is what I like to see. You see, it's not that we didn't have any type of faith. The problem is that our community manager is a fucking idiot, and he doesn't communicate with people, and he throws stupid lines to people like, I can't talk about that right now. If that's the case, then they don't need a community manager. You are the voice of the dev team. At least fucking lie to us and say, we understand. Give us some form of hope like other community managers do. That's your job, to keep the player base happy. Stop telling people, it's, oh, we're listening, but that's it. Like, at least say, we're taking into consideration what you're saying. I'll forward this to the dev team. Come back a couple hours later. Hey, listen, that's a no-go. We're not doing this. Other developers do it. Why can't you? Peeler, you fuck. So let's go on to this giant, wonderful patch that's going to really change the way this game is approached. Wonderful. Okay, I cannot wait to talk about this patch. So let's talk about the auto matchmaking. Auto matchmaking will be adjusted as follows. You will now be matched with players of similar level to your highest level character. It is now less likely to join. You are now less likely to join a host with a poor network connection. So what this ultimately means is the game will do a better job at choosing a proper host, and there will no longer be this abuse of taking your high-level character into a low-level server. I've tried it. It actually works. What people are doing is you can have 3 characters, right? And you would primarily play as 1 and 2 characters, and then you would have a little throwaway character, and you would auto matchmake with the throwaway character who's level 1. It'll put you in a level 1 server, in a sense. Everyone's like, level 1 through 10, and then you can switch a character. You can go to your ascended character, you can go to your decked out character, and you would have this unfair advantage. Now, this doesn't guarantee you a win. It's just bullshit. All these players are low level. They don't have access to a bunch of skills and weapons. Well, your character's completely decked out. You're going to go around with 8 face and think you're actually good at the game, but you're actually not because you're a fucking loser. You have to do some bullshit like that. Mission adjustments are as follows. The game will now end once all teammates are stunned or tranquilized in Cloak and Dagger. So this is a slight beef, a little buff to Cloak and Dagger. Still, there is no changes to how the defenders can actually utilize stealth, which is completely fucking gay. But now the attackers have finally a type of nice little advantage. When you're attacking, if your teammates can manage to stun or tranquilize everyone, you just automatically win the round now. Outstanding. This next change I saw coming from a mile away, and this is something that had to be. This is something that had to change. It was stupid. The E-locator will now only be available to the scout class, as it should have been a long time ago. As we all know, the E-locator is the most abused support item in the game. Okay, it was a big thing in Metal Gear Online 2, but in Metal Gear Online 2 you had to actually buy it. So if you had no money to buy it, you couldn't abuse it. And then the map, which were a lot different in Metal Gear Online 2. So the E-locator was actually not broken at all in Metal Gear Online 2. It's extremely broken in Metal Gear Online 3 because all 3 classes can equip it and all 3 classes can have up to 3. It was stupid as fuck. The E-locator took any type of strategy and just tossed it out the window. So now the E-locator will only be available to Scout class. And what's amazing about the Scout class, not that many players play it. So you go into a server and you typically only, out of like 12 players in the automatic make server, you typically see about maybe 1 or 2 Scouts. And the Scouts, if you're playing the Scout the way it's intended to be played as, you primarily sniping. So you're not going to really see too many E-locators now in a match at all. Great adjustment. Machine guns and launchers will now only be available to the Enforcer class. The Scout, I believe, has access to the RPG at level 37. Okay. Shotguns will now only be available to the Infiltrator class. Okay. As a result of these changes, custom loadouts will be initialized during the maintenance period following the update patch. This is an interesting one. This is where the patch gets really crazy. Character ability adjustments. Overall movement speed will be increased. All 3 classes are getting basically a buff right there. Mobility has been rebalanced to allow faster traveling between objectives. Okay, I accept that. Infiltrators will have health and stamina decreased. Before you all start bitching, before you all start crying, before you all start crying, nerf, it's bullshit. The Infiltrator class at this very moment is the best class in the game because you have a good amount of health. Your stealth stays on for an exaggerated amount of time. It recharges way too quickly, and when you get spotted, your stealth doesn't come off. And on top of that, you're the only class that can have an S rank in running, so you're like this unstoppable fucking class. An Infiltrator being played by the right player is so broken. There's no way you didn't see this coming. So the Infiltrator will now have less health and less stamina. The Enforcers will have health and stamina increase. This is fine. The Enforcers are the tank class. They should have the most health in the game regardless. And the stamina increase simply balancing out the inability to keep up with the other 2 classes. If you can take an Enforcer and equip everything and your max running speed can only be B. So you're getting an increase in stamina, but relatively just to keep up in the sense of the other classes. Scouts will have health increase. Okay, cool. Scouts will be able to mark targets more quickly while using binoculars. Awesome. Firing adjustments. Firing sway for machine guns will be reduced. I'm not so sure about this one because machine guns, with the right Enforcer, and if you use a grip, the machine guns are ridiculous. So firing sway for machine guns will be reduced. I mean, yeah, I'm not complaining, but we'll see what's going to happen because I'm not exactly a machine gun user, but I run into players that have fucking annihilated with the machine gun. Weapon sway will be reduced overall when aiming in first-person view. Oh, thank you, God. Thank you, God, because first-person view is horrible. Damage inflicted by the Walker Gears Gatling gun will be reduced. Okay, well, they answered everyone's prayers right there. Walker Gears and Anti-Craft will now take more damage from certain weapons. Okay, we didn't see that coming. Not like the Walker Gears were hard to destroy anyways. Fucking scrubs. Damage value on the Izando RGL 220, the grenade launcher that the Enforcer class uses to shoot sleep grenades, will be significantly reduced. Who didn't see that coming? That thing is abused horribly in Comm Control. I know because I do it. Reduce ammo count for said grenade launcher. So not only does the grenade launcher do less sleep damage, it has less ammunition. Okay. Max carry for E-locator, stun grenade, and sleep grenade will now be reduced. Outstanding. This had to be done. So not only did they reduce the E-locator to only being usable by a scout, you can no longer have 3. It's going to be probably 2. And then instead of 3 stuns, you're going to have 2 stuns. Instead of 3 sleeps, you're going to have 2 sleep grenades. This had to be done. There's just too much bullshit in a map. Like, there's a fine line between balance and then versus skill. And I've done it with my Enforcer. I popped out the shield, run into a room full of people, tossed the 1 stun grenade, and I'm done. And I'm like, okay, yes, yeah, I helped my team out, but I just took out a whole team with one item. A little unbalanced. The throwing arch of the empty magazine will be invisible to enemies. The noise radius made by empty magazines when they land will be expanded. I never utilized an empty magazine. I've never seen it used at all. Maybe this will encourage players to use it in Cloak and Dagger. Item adjustments. Max carry count for the C box will be increased. Fun fact about C count, about the box. If you are hit by an E locator, go into a box and then pop out of it, like jump out of it, and it unmarks you. We learned something new today. Stealth camo. Oh man, here we go. This is where people are gonna get upset. So stealth camo, the most abused fucking thing by the infiltrator. The whole reason you play infiltrator, okay? The please hold my hand item. The oh my god, I'm raping, but it's only because I'm going stealth and no one can actually fucking see me. Oh my god, I'm good at this game. No. The stealth camouflage in this game is broken as shit. I played Infiltrator. I stopped playing Infiltrator because I did not want to be one of these players that thought they were actually fucking good at a job, a class, that I knew was going to get the fucking shit nerfed out of it. I'd rather play Enforcer. Because Enforcer's the shit. And I can have 5 grenades. Stealth camo will be temporarily disabled when taking damage. Yes. Yes. Battery life will be reduced. And battery will take longer to charge. Yes. Marking time for cloaked players will be reduced. Yes. Cloaked players detected with night vision goggles will be marked in standard marking time. Yes. Outstanding. So you have less health. You have less stamina. And your stealth just got the shit nerfed out of it. Let's see how many people abuse Infiltrator now. I have nothing. I'm not one of these players that I'm against Infiltrator. It's just there's too many of y'all. Too many. And you gotta understand, like, it's blatantly obvious there's something wrong with the class. When 80% of people you went in to play Infiltrator, there's an issue. Okay, there is no get good. There is no you're exaggerating. There's a fucking issue. And you refuse to accept the issue because that happens to be your favorite class. Okay? And when people hate on something that you love, you defend the fuck out of it, ignoring all types of, reasoning. Infiltrator's broken as shit. This was bound to happen. CQC adjustments. This is crazy right here. The range for CQC grabs will be narrowed. We'll see what they mean by that. Primarily, as an example, if this is me, and this is you, I don't have to actually be this close to you to CQC you. If this is me, this is you, you walk up here, and the icon pops up, your character will kind of drag you in and CQC you. That was bullshit. Icon for CQC grabs will no longer be displayed. I love this. I absolutely fucking love this. I understand that the game developer wanted to give you some kind of a hint you can CQC for somebody, but CQCing in Metal Gear Online 2 was a skill. And when I mean by skill, it was a player skill. CQCing was something that the player had to truly learn how to accomplish. Because CQC in Metal Gear Online 2 was very, very effective, but it was only effective if the player was good. And these two small adjustments will really, really help adjust CQC. So not only you have to practically be on top of the motherfucker CQC them, the game will no longer tell you that you can CQC somebody. You have to kind of just use your instinct and know that you are in practical range to CQC somebody. Also, this is amazing. Non-lethal damage done by CQC hits and grabs will be reduced. So I'm assuming, and I pray to fucking God, this means that when you CQC somebody and they don't get insta-stunned. But wait, there's more. The one-hit CQC knockouts will become exclusive to infiltrators with CQC stealth level 2 or higher. I saw that coming a mile away. Yes. 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 Fuck yes. Okay. This makes the infiltrator appealing to those that want to CQC. I said in my previous video, make CQC knockouts an infiltrator thing. It makes sense. Okay, I don't want the class, I don't want infiltrator to break. I don't want the class to be unplayable. but balance it out. So now Infiltrator is the only class that can go stealth. You got the lowest amount of health. You got the lowest amount of, you got low stamina. But hey, you're the only class that can CQC stun people now. Balance. Okay? Fair is fair. I'll repeat it again. One-hit CQC knockouts will become exclusive to Infiltrators with CQC stealth level 2 or higher. So, they have to actually equip level 2 stealth, meaning they only have 2 more slots to play with. Fulton adjustments. This is kind of interesting. Fulton speed, when using Fulton plus level 2 or greater, will be slowed. It needed to be slowed because it was so stupid. Like you would if you had Fulton level 2 on and you Fulton someone, they would go up in the air, bounce once, and go straight up. That's not fucking fair at all. And it was stupid because I understand the concept of Bounty Hunter, but everyone and their mother could CQC stun in fucking Bounty Hunter. Now it's only going to be Infiltrator. And then when you infiltrated someone and you have and you have Fulton level 2, you couldn't be safe for shit. This will adjust that. This is an interesting one. When a player Fultons an enemy, the Fulton balloon and the enemy will be invisible to other teammates. So if I CQC stun someone and I Fulton them, my teammates can no longer see the person being Fulton or the balloon. Do they just become fucking invisible, or do they? I don't feel that they'll become invisible. I feel they'll become outlined on the screen where you can't shoot them. Only your opponents can. Because the problem people are having in Bounty Hunter is you have these fucking kill-death ratio whores that when they see when they see a teammate Fultoning someone, they'll shoot the balloon down just to get the kill. Like, no, what is you doing? The whole point of Bounty Hunter is to get the fucking Fulton, bitch. We'll see how that works out. Buddy system adjustments. Time required to establish a buddy link using the link action will be shortened. That needed to happen. Link action will succeed regardless of the direction your character is facing as long as you are within range. Okay, just like Metal Gear Online 2. The buddy gauge will now clear at the beginning of each round. I see what you're doing. The buddy gauge will now clear at the beginning of each round. What this forces you to do is to buddy up with someone at the beginning of each round, just like Metal Gear Online 2. And this stops the rushing, the initial rushing of a round starting. This will encourage players to not rush immediately as soon as the round starts. You see, the problem with Metal Gear Online is because everyone knows the maps already and shit, as soon as the round starts, people make the obvious rushing attempts. And players who have learned the map and experienced both sides and know the spawn know exactly where to meet with said people and potentially stop the rush. Or when it comes down to comp control, I forgot what map it is, but especially when you're defending, you got people running straight to A and throwing grenades shit right at A because everyone knows that the people are initially going to rush there. This will stop the rushing concept. This will encourage people to utilize the buddy link system. Other adjustments. Search filters in select match will now be saved. Cool. That's actually very useful. Countdown time on the spawn screen will be extended from 10 to 15 seconds. That needed to happen. Please note that the patch is still a work in progress and some adjustments may differ in the final update. Details regarding the final changes will be announced once the patch is released. Regarding issues not addressed above, we are constantly monitoring user feedback and will continue to change the adjustments moving forward. Thank you very much for your continued support of MGO. This patch alone is going to really change the way we play MGO. This is a fabulous, fabulous patch. I'm very happy to have read you this patch. I'm very happy to have, to come to the realization that the developers are truly listening. And I love the fact that these updates these are things that people have been legitimately complaining about. This is a patch built from the ground up on complaints, and that means that they're actually paying attention. That means they're going to the Facebook groups, and that means developers are going to the fan forums and listening to our rants and complaining because we're being legit with our shit. Like, we're not bitching about nothing. All this stuff needs to be fixed. While Metal Gear Online is fun as fuck, there's no denying there's a lot of imbalance at the moment, and this will all be adjusted come patch 1.01. Thank you. Thank you very much. Peely, you're still useless fuck. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you for your continued support. And all future Metal Gear Online updates, I'll be doing videos like this because I fucking absolutely love Metal Gear Online. I'll catch you guys next video. See you on the battlefield. Deuces.